All right, Jill, some tips for your own bare minimum Monday. Make a to-do list. If an item doesn't have immediate consequences today, that's tomorrow's problem. Always a good idea to hold off doing something today, tomorrow. That's always a good idea. The day is all about focusing on you as a person as opposed to you as the employee.
How do you feel about
Oh,
this?
I hate it. I hate it. I understand the thinking behind it.
Yeah.
But some people's bare minimums definition, I think, vary. And some people, I think,
true.
would take a little bit of advantage of
Yeah.
it.
For me personally, I want to pile all my work earlier in the week
Yeah.
and then relax at the end.
And then kind of downhill towards Friday. I don't know. I just think it could be misconstrued and I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting.
Yes, it is interesting. That's without a doubt. All right, folks, let's take a quick look outside. I have a forecast coming up with snow on the ground. How long will it last? I'll let you know.
Plus, the Yakima County Fire District, with nearly 800 square miles to cover, is reaching out to the community in order to keep providing emergency services. And new legislation being considered in Washington state that would make it easier for victims of gun violence to sue gun manufacturers. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Jason Valentine in for Brianna Berman Solo this morning. We do have a few delays, Jill, to talk about with schools. So there is a layer of snow throughout many of our areas this morning, so be careful out on those roads. But Keona, Benton, Sela, West Valley, and East Valley all have 2-hour delays this morning. All other school districts, though, are open. Let's take a look outside at our Legend Skycam network. And again, we have a layer of snow through most of our areas, and wind is picking up, but that wind is good news. We're seeing it come out of the southwest, and we're seeing warmer conditions already this morning. Now, the snow seems to be staying away from us at the moment, though we could see a rogue cell come into our areas, adding a little bit more snow to rain snow mix as we move along in the morning. We're also seeing winds picking up, which is going to actually add to melting the snow a little quicker than expected. We expect the winds to pick up through as far as our early afternoon and then slow down into our evening hours. Highs for Yakima, you are warmer, back to the 40s, mid to lower 40s for Yakima. The Tri-Cities area, mid to upper 40s. Plenty of sunshine today. We will see some cloud coverage. And over in Walla Walla, could see just a little bit of snow this morning and rain snow mix as we get to our evening hours. So a lot going on, folks, but I do promise things are settling down and we are going to be much warmer today and as we move along in the week. I'll have your forecast coming up, but let's send it back to Jill.
Yakima County Fire District 5 says they're in dire need of funding if they're going to keep up the same level of emergency service. They cover 800 square miles from White Swan to Grandview, making it the largest fire district in the state geographically. The district says they've prided themselves on not increasing taxes, but now they'll likely be asking voters to approve a bond later this year to renovate fire stations, replace fire engines, and expand the emergency dispatch center. They're also looking at a possible levy increase in 2024 to help fund operations and hire more people. The February election focused on school bonds and levies in our area, and once again, the Mabton School District bond failed to pass. The failed bond was meant to improve safety, renovate, and expand Mabton Junior and Senior High School. A bond needs 60% or more to pass. This one got 55% and only a difference of 27 votes. The Mabton School District Superintendent says the school board plans to come together later this spring to discuss the results and what to do next. The superintendent explains that since months have passed since the previous bond was designed, any plan moving forward will require an update on costs and scope of projects. More than a half dozen states, including Washington, are considering new laws that would roll back some protection for gun makers if their weapons are used in deadly crimes. Federal law basically says that gun makers can't be held responsible for what happens with their weapons after they leave the store. But several states are considering laws that would make it easier for gun violence survivors and their family members to file civil lawsuits. What would that look like? Well, in one high-profile example, families of the Sandy Hook Elementary School victims sued Remington in 2015 for advertising that they said targeted young at-risk men. Remington settled last year. Several states, including New York, have already created laws giving people a pathway to sue gun manufacturers. And the Washington Post reports if more and more states start trying to carve out their own exemptions to the federal law protecting gun makers, we could see the Supreme Court weigh in to try and set a national standard. 3 men have been arrested in Walla Walla and accused of robbing a man and holding him hostage. The men are all facing charges of kidnapping, robbery, and assault. According to authorities, a 27-year-old man reported he was at an apartment on Evergreen Street Friday when he was attacked by the 3 men. Authorities said the victim was beaten up and his valuables were taken from him. This happens just more than a week after another robbery case in Walla Walla, but police say they're not likely related.
They were 1 week apart and they were not related. They were both isolated incidents where there was some sort of relationship or the suspects knew the victims. They were not random acts, and we have no reason to believe that the community is in any danger.
At one point, authorities said the victim was told by one of the men to run from the apartment. The victim ran out the door and called police. Authorities say police officers got to the scene, and after a short standoff, the 3 men were eventually taken to the Walla Walla County Jail. A fire in Kennewick illustrates the danger of high wind and dry ignition sources despite our cold weather. A fire sparked on a fence and then spread to an unattached garage on North Kent Street. Kennewick Fire Department firefighters quickly put out the flames. Firefighters say a child accidentally started the fire in a backyard. High winds pushed the flames to dry grass and a woodpile near the fence and then eventually ignited that unattached garage. This marks a prime opportunity for parents to talk with younger children about the danger of playing with fire. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Some snow on the ground in places, but we have warmer temperatures today and winds helping us out with that this morning. All of your forecasts coming right up.
Plus, a group of Selah middle schoolers are using the power of digital media for good. We'll tell you all about Digital for Good when we return.
Honey, are you throwing the throw pillows?
Relaxing to watch TV can be hard.
Remember how they stack.
Okay.
Actually, watching TV,
HBO app.
it's easy with Dish.
Honey? Are you on the boudoir cushion?
What's a boudoir cushion?
Live TV and streaming apps together with Dish, tuned in to you.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Every location is conveniently located and gives you the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, including gift cards for any occasion. Check out the specials and deals today. Open 7 days a week in 5 locations: Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Okay, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes. Welcome home.
All right, we'll see you later. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
One of the main reasons you watch local news is weather. Our powerful advanced technology help us track the storms before they arrive, helping you plan for what's coming.
It's the future of forecasting here now.
First Alert Weather from KFKV Local News, helping keep you and your family safe.
I came here because I got injured at work. Alana wasn't cooperating with me with my payments, so I started calling around. The first place I called was SmartMouth, and I've been with them 10 years. They've been very helpful, and they've been real good with me, and they've helped me a lot. I would tell you, you know what? Try them. They're the best ones. I've never had any hiccups with them. I've never had any problems, and they're good at what they do. I felt a lot of support. It felt like family.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50, but it's gonna take some planning.
What can you do for me?
Make sure your money lives as long as you do. The younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
This newscast sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Welcome back. Sela Middle Schoolers got a lesson yesterday in how they can use social media to support each other instead of using it to bring people down. Cap KVU's Emily Goodell tells us through the presentation, students also learned they're not as different as they might think.
Raise your hand if you have felt anxiety or depression.
Raise your hand if you or someone you know have had thoughts of suicide.
If you're a young person struggling with your mental health, you're not alone.
It's obviously alarming to us because we do see a lot of those issues that come out each and every day, and how our kids interact, how they socialize with each other.
How they treat each other online.
Inappropriate things being said, racial comments that are being made. We do have some, inappropriate photos that are being sent, even at a middle school.
Raise your hand if you or someone you know have been asked for inappropriate pictures.
Kids are often the first ones to see it, but not always the first ones to act.
48% of students are not turning to adults for help online because either A, they don't want their device taken away, or snitches get stitches mentality.
But Digital for Good encourages kids to become digital first responders. The options: tell a parent or teacher discreetly.
We have an anonymous app that we use here at the school. It's called Stop It. Nobody has to know where it came from. They don't have to see you in the administrator's offices.
Directness works too.
They can go to the person who posted it saying, dude, this is messed up. They can also check in on the person like Bailey who is being targeted. Are you okay?
The students were asked to take a good hard look at their social media and the way that they use their phones to see whether or not they're sharing and receiving content that makes people's days or breaks people's days. The advice: cut out toxic influences on social media and use Digital for Good by sharing positive stories and compliments instead.
So I'm just hopeful, hey, you all feel it, you see it, now what can you go do about it? And we're way more powerful together, and I'm here to support you, and let's do this together.
In Sela, Emily Goodell, Cap KVU Local News.
The principal says they'll be handing out a survey to students and having them talk to their advisors about what they learned. Coming up, a severe winter storm system has been making its way across the country, stranding people inside their homes. And Jason Valentine will return with a look at your First Alert forecast.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can you go back in the back?
Yeah, it can go back into the bank.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
The new Samsung Galaxy S23. Free for everyone from US Cellular.
I kissed it?
Yes.
Cut your ties to the fuel pump with an all-electric vehicle from Overturf Kia. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. A 2023 all-electric Kia EV6 Wind with all-wheel drive starts at just $54,135. Plus, get interest rates as low as 4.49%. Take delivery today or reserve a car that is on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with the product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
A special place with fabulous views, mountain biking, and more.
We're blessed with an embarrassment of riches when it comes to open space and trails.
Antoine Peak on Fly the Northwest.
Stunning.
Cap KVU Local News at 6 tonight.
You look like you're making cheese.
Bonsoir.
Next live, Marlon Wayans. Plus, coming March 13th, it's Live's After Oscar show.
Today at 9 on Cap KView. Portion of Cap KView sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. Now, Cap KView First Alert weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Tuesday morning to you. Hope you're having a good morning so far. We do have some 2-hour delays on some school districts, Kiona, Benton, Sela, West Valley, and East Valley in the Yakima area. So do take note of that. We do have a layer of snow on the ground, so pretty slick roads out there. Give yourself a little extra time. But the good news, we are warming up today across the board, even in Yakima and Ellensburg. And we are going to be seeing winds picking up. We're already seeing it in some spots. So what's on the ground will soon be gone by the time we get to our early afternoon hours. And we do, again, slick roads. So be careful out on the road. So we are getting a break from precipitation right now. We could see a little bit come into our areas. Walla Walla could see just a little bit of a rogue storm going in, Yakima as well, and Ellensburg. But we're looking to be mostly dry for our day, though, again, we could see some scattered showers afoot. As we move into our day, though, we're going to see a system coming in from the south, bring in some more snow to the Pendleton area, some rain-snow mix for Walla Walla and possibly the Tri-Cities. This will ruminate for a little bit and then move on past. So Pendleton, you can see a little bit of snow into our evening hours. Other than that, we're going to be settling down for our Wednesday and even warmer temperatures expected, though we do have another storm system which is just looming, which could be coming in late Wednesday into Thursday. We'll keep an eye on that, but shouldn't amount to too much. But again, we'll keep an eye on that. So warmer this morning. We are above the freezing level for most of our areas, save for Ellensburg and Yakima. But Ellensburg and Yakima are much warmer than they have been for the past couple of mornings. So as we look at our temperature trend, we're still below our average, but still we're holding on to these warmer conditions, though next week we could be seeing mid to lower 40s for our highs. So a little bit cooler, it looks like, as we enter March. My goodness, it is the final day of February today. So we are seeing the winds starting to pick up almost across the board, and as soon as it gets to Yakima, Toppenish, and Ellensburg, we'll see those temperatures start to rise as well this morning. So as we get to our evening hours, the wind that we're seeing today between 15 and 20 mile per hour sustained will be slowing down in the evening hours and pretty much nominal winds tomorrow. But as we get to Thursday, quite a blustery day, 25 mile per hour winds for the Tri-Cities. So we could see up to 35 mile per hour sustained for Ellensburg and Pendleton. So get ready for a blustery Thursday. So hey, we're 12 days away from daylight savings time, 17 days away from St. Patrick's Day, and 20 days away from spring. Oh, can't wait for that. So for our highs today, we're mostly in the mid to lower 40s. 39 for Ellensburg, almost getting to that 40-degree mark. 48, our hot spot in Hermiston. And as we move over to the Blue Mountain region, mid to lower 40s. And again, our best chance of any sustained snow showers will be in the Pendleton area as we get to our evening hours. So for Yakima, could see again a little bit of a scattered showers as we move along into our day. We're going to get up to 50 on Thursday and then cool down to the mid to lower 40s for your weekend into our next work week, but more sunshine than not on the way. Showers possible on your Saturday. In the Tri-Cities area, again, Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we could see a little bit of shower activity, but more sunshine than not as well. And overnight lows are going to be above the freezing level, at least for a quick moment starting Wednesday night. So today we could see some scattered rain snow mix to evening snow for Pendleton. Other than that, a nicer day today with warmer temperatures. Just get ready for a windy morning into our early afternoon.
Now to the significant winter storms hitting both the east and west coast. In the northeast, the snow has been falling overnight. More than 6 inches could fall north of New York City into New England, making for a slick morning commute. And in the west, an emergency has now been declared in part of California, where people have been stranded by several feet of snow. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more.
New York City finally turned into a winter wonderland overnight, seeing its biggest snowfall of the season, but still only a few inches expected before it's over.
Being from upstate New York, this is nothing.
Some grocery store shelves left empty, even as the storm's biggest impacts are farther north. Up to 7 inches of snow could fall in parts of upstate New York, New Jersey, and New England, making the morning commute treacherous.
It's a lot of little pieces of glass, too.
This woman is warning drivers near Boston after a sheet of ice recently flew off another vehicle, slamming through her windshield.
I hope anybody listening, clean that ice off your car. It's just You know, I'm lucky to be alive.
The same system hammering the Northeast produced a tornado outbreak through Kansas and Oklahoma. A tornado packing 110 mile-per-hour winds, slamming Norman, Oklahoma.
The Larson family, they actually rode out the storm inside their home. Look at it. It has completely shifted off the foundation, the roof, the fence, trash is everywhere. If you can believe it, they survived. They are now living in a hotel.
The storm's destructive path began in California, with record rainfall triggering several mudslides. Authorities now declaring an emergency in San Bernardino County, where more than 6 feet of snow fell in the higher elevations, trapping people in their homes and vacation rentals. And a rescue was being planned with nearly 600 elementary and middle school students stranded at a camp. They were supposed to come home last Friday.
They weren't able to stock up on their supplies for food before this hit.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
When we return on Good Morning Northwest, the Department of Energy believes it has determined the origin of the COVID-19 virus. We'll tell you what the data says next.
Next, E.T.
Michael B. Jordan was the first boyfriend of the internet.
Yes. We're with Creed 3's Total Knockouts, Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Cap KVO.
Click It RV Tri-City Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it.
Or come to the Pasco Autoplex.
From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge indoor-outdoor RV show is here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee.
Only at Click It RV Tri-Cities or clickitrv.com. Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
When great food meets delivery, people just smile. Taste and See Deli in Yakima offers delicious catering that's home cooked like family. And whether you need a dozen box lunches or 100 breakfast burritos, we've got you covered. Give us a call or stop by. Taste and See Deli.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80%
on a hot tub and swim spa.
Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Hapo Center Pasco. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Hapo Center Pasco. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Looking for the best brands, the best selection, all at the best prices? Then Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the 36-hour sale, check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm. Easy on the wallet for only $299.99. Shop our Easy Choice Plush or Firm, now only $449.99. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any qualifying Tempur-Pedic. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Shop the best of the best at the best prices. Only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Ubrelvy helps you fight migraine attacks. You won't take a time out. One dose of Ubrelvy quickly stops migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
It's Heart Health Awareness Month. Heart attack or failure symptoms may include chest pain, heartburn, or dizziness. See actrinews.com for more information.
The Prosser Heart Center at Prosser Memorial Health offers a full spectrum of cardiology services, now accepting new patients. This is how we care. Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back, everyone, on this Tuesday morning. We're keeping an eye on conditions outside on our radar. You do have a thin layer of snow throughout most of our areas. We do have some delays in school districts. Kiona-Benton, 2-hour delay. Also for Selah, West Valley, and East Valley, 2-hour delays there as well. We do expect to see drier conditions today and warmer conditions. I'll have your forecast coming right up.
A former Washington state governor and ambassador to China is speaking out about the illness that triggered the pandemic. The U.S. Department of Energy believes COVID-19 most likely came from a laboratory leak in China. The genesis of the virus has been debated, and some experts believe COVID actually emerged from the wild. A senior U.S. official told the Wall Street Journal that new information prompted the DOE's announcement. The uncertainty of COVID's origins is due to Beijing not cooperating with investigation efforts. Former U.S. Ambassador to China Gary Locke, who also served as Washington State's governor, spoke out on the issue.
We need to find out exactly how the coronavirus, the COVID virus,
hit the world and caused millions of deaths, not just in America, but all around the world. If it came from an animal, we need to be prepared, and we need to beef up our public health response to the next pandemic. So it is important for our scientists to get to the bottom of this.
The current U.S. ambassador to China says Beijing needs to cooperate if it wants closer ties with the U.S. Coming up, the Supreme Court is set to hear arguments today that could determine the future of President Biden's ambitious student loan forgiveness plan.
I remember when you get a whole meal for $5.
Yeah, it was last Tuesday.
Oh.
And every Tuesday at A&W, where single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. The good old days are here again. A complete meal for just $5. Tuesdays only at A&W.
Does your property look like this? With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. They have the expert support you can trust. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration. We'll be there when you need us.
This week, Michael's taking you live to one of the most remote inhabited islands anywhere in the world. An island filled with mystery, beauty, and magical wonder. Easter Island Live. You're invited for the Morning Global event. Good Morning America this week.
Taco time got you feeling like a craven lunatic? Can't explain your need for crispy, zesty? Can't remember my name until I get my hands on a Taco Time fish taco? You're not alone. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Click It RV Tri-City Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it.
Or come to the Pasco Autoplex.
From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge indoor-outdoor RV show is here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee.
Only at Click It RV Tri-Cities or clickitrv.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
It's Truck Month at Corwin Ford, and we're rolling out some of the hottest deals on the industry's coolest trucks. Now's the time to get the Ford truck you've been waiting for. Take advantage of incredible offers like 0% APR for 36 months and a $3,000 finance rebate on a new F-150 XLT. Or get 2.9% for 60 months with $3,000 back when you finance. It's Truck Month all month long, which means great trucks, great offers. Corwin Ford, family driven for over 100 years.
The goal at High Point Kitchen and Bath is to offer high-quality products, a large selection, and a personal touch. That's hard to find these days. Whether you're replacing a kitchen faucet or designing your dream bathroom, High Point offers the latest styles in bath and kitchen design from leading manufacturers like Kohler, Moen, and Brizo. Before you start that next project, meet with one of our showroom consultants to see the many styles and features available in today's fixtures. We are always excited to help create a space you'll love.
Water damage comes from anywhere. With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. With the best restoration experts for water damage, you can trust us as your premier restoration partner. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration.
KFC has wraps now?
Got 2 for $5.
Wait, there's one with spicy slaw?
Grab 2 new Kentucky Fried Chicken wraps for just $5.
Awesome views at an awesome place. Cap give you local news at 6 tonight.
Later today, the Supreme Court will be hearing arguments on whether or not President Biden's student loan cancellation plan will continue. And the Seattle Public School District is taking on big tech, claiming major social media companies have had a negative impact on their children.
And some slick roads this morning with a little bit of snowfall overnight, but warmer temperatures and windy conditions continue today. I'll get you prepared.
From Cap KVU Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Jason Valentine in for Brianna Berman Solo, and it's Tuesday. We have a couple of delays, Jill.
Yeah, a little frosty morning.
A little frosty morning. Again, give yourself a little extra time. Slick roads with that snow on the ground. Kiona, Benton, Selah, West Valley and East Valley school districts all on 2-hour delays. Other than that, everything is running on time. Let's take a quick look outside. We're starting to see some sunshine as we're Moving along in the morning, and winds are starting to pick up for many of our areas, and it's also headed over to Yakima and Ellensburg to warm them up today. And we do expect to see some sunshine. We still could see a scattered shower or two, especially as we get to the evening hours for Pendleton. Walla Walla could even get to the Tri-Cities area, and possibly a little bit more snow late tonight. So for tomorrow morning, could be a little bit of snow on the ground for the Pendleton area. So for your daily planner, mid to lower 40s, back to the 40s for Yakima, much warmer than we saw yesterday. Over in the Tri-Cities area, we're going to see some sunshine today, highs mid to upper 40s. In Walla Walla, you could see just a little bit of a rogue storm come through with a little bit of snow. In the evening, some rain-snow mix. So we're still seeing just a little bit of spotty showers as we move into the evening hours. But again, there is snow on the ground as you head outside your door, most likely. So give yourself a little extra time. But we should be seeing those warmer temperatures and windy conditions in the next few hours. I'll have your full forecast coming up, but let's send it back to Jill.
President Biden's plan to cancel millions of dollars in student loan debt faces a critical test today at the U.S. Supreme Court. Oral arguments begin this morning as 40 million Americans wait to find out whether the president will be allowed to wipe away or reduce their student loan debt. At the heart of the case is whether the president has the legal authority to move forward with the plan. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the latest.
Overnight, a group of demonstrators braving the winter cold and rain outside the U.S. Supreme Court, camping out for a front row seat inside the courtroom when oral arguments begin today on President Biden's ambitious student loan forgiveness plan. College freshman Ibrahim Mudassar speaking directly to the justices.
You can help 40 million other people in the United States and jumpstart their path to freedom as well.
A few progressive congressional Democrats firing up the crowd.
The president has the authority to cancel student debt, period.
Lawyers for 2 individual borrowers in 6 Republican-led states set to argue that the plan President Biden announced last August to cancel billions of dollars in student loans for more than 40 million Americans is a gross overreach of his executive powers.
We're going to fight to defend the rule of law and defend the Constitution.
The plan is a key Biden campaign promise and would cancel up to $10,000 in student loans for individuals earning less than $125,000 a year, $20,000 if they were recipients of Pell Grants.
Joe Biden had no legal authority whatsoever. It's illegal. It's also unfair to the folks who paid for their college, who didn't go to college.
My administration is making our case in the Supreme Court, and I'm confident the legal authority to carry out that plan is there.
The latest Quinnipiac poll shows a majority of Americans support the student loan forgiveness plan.
It is a lingering, looming cloud of worry and anxiety for so many Americans.
The justices are expected to release their decision sometime in June. Student loan payments remain on hold until that ruling comes down. TikTok will soon be banned from all U.S. government-issued devices. According to White House guidance issued Monday, federal agencies and those they contract with have 30 days to remove the app from devices. This comes after a bill passed last year requiring federal agencies to ditch the social media app and marks the government's latest effort to clamp down on it amid renewed security concerns and fears that sensitive data could find its way to the Chinese government. U.S. officials have raised concerns that the Chinese government could pressure TikTok's parent company ByteDance to hand over information collected from users that could be used for intelligence or disinformation purposes. Over half of all U.S. states have partially or fully banned TikTok on government devices. A TikTok spokesperson said the company hopes Congress will explore solutions that won't have the effect of censoring the voices of millions of Americans. One public school district in Seattle is sounding the alarm on the potentially harmful mental health impacts of social media on their students. One parent saying she believes social media has played a role in her daughter's increased anxiety and depression, sometimes affecting her schoolwork. This comes as a key legal protection for big tech is now being re-examined by the Supreme Court. ABC's Emma Nguyen has the story.
Before the Supreme Court, 2 cases on whether social media giants can be held accountable for the material shared on their platforms. It's linked to a key federal law under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which protects online companies from being held liable for content posted by users on their sites. That protection also under question in a lawsuit filed in district court last month by one school district in Seattle, blaming certain sites for the algorithms they allege aim to maximize profit at the expense of young audiences.
Social media for kids, it is addictive. It's exciting. And then everything else, homework, school, everything feels so boring.
In their lawsuit, Seattle Public Schools, which serves about 50,000 students, allege the companies behind TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube are harming youth with social media addiction, saying schools can't fulfill their educational mission if students are suffering from anxiety, depression, short attention span, and other issues they say are brought on in part, allegedly, by social media. Tara Townsend says she's seen firsthand how social media affects her typically happy and healthy daughter.
It's how she's comparing herself to others. For me as a parent, the dangers that I see are these images that are coming at her really quickly. I think it can have a really devastating impact on, I think, anxiety goes up. I think depression goes up.
The issue under renewed scrutiny after politicians from both sides of the aisle have argued prominent social media companies should be more regulated.
She can't do her homework with her phone sitting on her desk. It's too distracting.
A spokesman for Meta, owner of Facebook and Instagram, telling ABC News they've developed more than 30 tools to support teens and families, including supervision tools and age verification technology, adding Meta does not allow content that promotes suicide, self-harm, or eating disorders. Meta also encouraging parents to be more involved, to which Dr. Jantz and Townsend agreed.
And so a parent needs to look at how do we as a family model the overall theme of our digital life and screens?
She's not allowed to have her phone in her room overnight. There are certain social media apps that we don't allow her to have.
TikTok, as well as Google, which owns YouTube, both say they prioritize the safety and well-being of children. And Snap tells us they're working closely with mental health organizations to provide in-app tools and resources. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Bit of a layer of snow throughout many of our cities this morning. Give yourself a little extra time, but warmer temperatures and more wind is on the way. All of your forecasts coming right up.
Plus, one of the last U.S. World War II veterans celebrated his 98th birthday this week. When we come back, we'll introduce you to Emerson Pell.
This newscast sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You can't do this alone. Not an investigation of this scope.
We're partners.
Her death is part of a pattern.
Another missing murdered Indigenous woman.
This is about a very broken system. It's about corruption. The truth matters. We know who killed Gloria.
Prove it.
Spectrum presents The Download with Clarissa.
Everyone is talking about Spectrum One. Matt, give us the download.
Clarissa, people are switching because Spectrum is offering seamless connectivity with Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile.
That's the future of connectivity. That's Spectrum One.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-883-4999.
What's unique about Spectrum Internet?
Spectrum Internet has the most consistent download speeds and no data caps.
How secure is the Wi-Fi?
The advanced Wi-Fi comes with enhanced privacy and security features that block online threats.
Why is Spectrum Mobile the fastest growing mobile provider?
Spectrum Mobile is super reliable and it includes 5G nationwide.
Plus unlimited calls, texts, and
data.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-883-4999.
Call now or visit a Spectrum store today.
We protect your house
We're gonna do it!
and your car.
We need to keep our energy up. I want you to take me to Funky Town.
Because we know they're the launching pad to their dreams. And now you can save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
You look like you're making cheese.
Bonsoir.
Next live, Marlon Wayans. Plus, coming March 13th, it's Live's After Oscar show.
Today at 9 on Cap KView.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50, but it's gonna take some planning.
What can you do for me?
Make sure your money lives as long as you do. The younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
A special place with fabulous views, mountain biking, and more.
We're blessed with an embarrassment of riches when it comes to open space and trails.
Antoine Peak on Fly the Northwest.
Stunning.
Cap KView Local News at 6 tonight.
Michael B. Jordan is ripped and ready, flexing his muscle behind the camera.
All roads in my life kind of led to this moment.
Michael's new extra interview about Creed 3 and directing for the first time. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Cap KView.
World War II veterans are a rare sight these days. That's likely one of the reasons a community in Augusta County, Virginia, felt it was so important to honor 98-year-old Emerson Pell.
Excellent. Pell served in the U.S. Navy as an aviation machinist, mate, third class. Friends, family members, and even the volunteer fire department honored him with a parade at his home on Sunday. Pell said the most cherished things in his life has been his loving family and his 64-year marriage.
He also said he remembers World War II like it was yesterday. In addition to getting a parade, Pell also got his driver's license renewed for 5 years. Good for him.
Excellent.
You know, early on in my journalism career, I got to speak to a lot of World War II veterans, and it's unfortunate, but a lot of them have passed away, but I feel very honored that I've been able to hear a little bit of their story.
Absolutely, and we were just talking before we saw the story that a lot of it has been recorded. You know, we have so many documentarians out there, so it is good that we have their word as we are starting to lose most of them. All right, folks, quick look outside. I have your first alert weather forecast. I'll get you ready for this Tuesday with that thin layer of snow out there for most of our areas. It's coming up next.
And coming up, we take a closer look at the newest thrift shop opening up in Tri-Cities, where all the profits go towards supporting survivors of domestic violence. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Tradition of Monk and Columbo. Meet Will Trent.
Seemed like a great guy to me.
The investigation is on.
We're solving this thing. Always.
New Will Trent, tonight on ABC.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Air Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Air Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
Click-It RV Tri-City Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it.
Or come to the Pasco Autoplex.
From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge indoor-outdoor RV show is here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee.
Only at Click-It RV Tri-Cities or ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click-It RV.
No matter where life takes you, how it changes you or how you change your life, I want you to always come back to remembering our love.
Maybe everything is different, maybe not all bad, where the main things are centered to help us come around. Oh, love is the common ground.
It's the 36-hour sale at Furniture Row. So get ready, because everything is on sale. Like this unbeatable deal on the Blake upholstered bed, only $3.99. Save big on the Cascade sofa in denim or taupe for only $4.99. Get the 5-piece counter height dogwood dining set for only $5.49. And check out the queen size Summit Firm, easy on the wallet for only $299.99. Plus 4 years no interest financing. But don't wait. The 36-hour sale at Furniture Row ends Monday the 6th.
Sometimes you're so busy taking care of everyone else, you don't do enough for yourself or your mouth. But eventually it will remind you. When it does, Aspen Dental is here for you. We offer the custom dental treatments you need all under one roof right nearby. so we can bring more life to your smile and more smile to your life affordably. New patients without insurance can get a free complete exam and x-rays and 20% off treatment plans. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your appointment today.
E.T., followed by Extra, tonight at 7 on Cap KVU. Now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Tuesday morning. Hope you're having a good one so far. Hope you had a nice Monday as well. We have some sunlight going on this morning, and folks, we do have quite the layer of snow throughout many of our areas, but it should be moving on quickly, though we do have some school closures to talk about. 2-hour delays only for Kiona-Benton, Selah, West Valley, and East Valley school districts. So we do have warmer temperatures today, and that includes Ellensburg and Yakima. Winds are picking up. We should have some pretty heavy winds, between 15, 20 mile per hour winds as we head into our morning hours until about the early afternoon. Then they're going to slow down in the evening, and do give yourself a little extra time. Could be some slick roads with that snow on the ground. A lot of the snow is dissipating, especially in the Cascades and along the Blue Mountain region, though we still could see a scattered showers coming in during your day, but shouldn't amount to too much until we get to our evening hours. I'll show you what I mean. As we move along into our morning hours, looking to be away from the showers, but again, we could see just a little bit of a skiff coming into Ellensburg and Yakima. Our next real motion is going to be in Walla Walla, maybe even the Tri-Cities and Pendleton, as the system is just going to stick around the Blue Mountain region and then move off to the south. And our Wednesday is looking much nicer, though Pendleton could see a little bit of snow into the evening hours, kind of lasting over into tomorrow morning. So we'll keep a close eye on that. And of course, we'll have an update for you on Good Morning Northwest tomorrow. So on our temperatures, we are warmer this morning. We're above the freezing level almost across the board. Yakima and Ellensburg still lagging behind, but we have winds that are coming in that are going to bring warmer temperatures to those areas as well. So our temperatures, we are still under our average for this time of year, but compared to Thursday and Friday last week, we are much warmer. It looks like we are going to take a bit of a dip as we head into our next work week into the mid to lower 40s. So keep an eye on that. And folks, today is the last day of February. My goodness, this month pretty much zoomed by. We have double-digit winds for most of our areas, and that is going to soon move into the Kittitas and Yakima County area. So that will be warming things up as we're seeing these winds from the southwest. Those winds, though, again, 15 to 20 mile per hour winds will slow down as we get into our afternoon and into tomorrow, where pretty much nominal winds. We'll have a little bit of breeze here and there. But as we get to Thursday, 25 mile per hour winds for the Tri-Cities. So we could see up to 35 mile per hour winds sustained for Ellensburg and Pendleton. So blustery Thursday on the way. Hey, it's our 2023 countdown. We're 12 days away from daylight savings time, 17 from St. Patrick's Day, and 20 days, less than 3 weeks until spring. So for our highs today, Ellensburg almost getting to 40. Other than that, we're in the mid to lower 40s for all of our areas. Hot spot is 48 in Hermiston. So we are seeing warmer temperatures across the board. So for our 7-day forecast, we're going to continue to be warming up towards Thursday and Friday. It looks like 50 degrees for the Yakima on Thursday. More sunshine than not ahead. Tri-Cities area, 52 by Thursday as well. And again, those winds from the west and southwest will be helping warm us up. So folks, today we have a breezy morning into our early afternoon. Warmer temperatures across the board, but still some slick conditions out there with our overnight snow for many of our cities. So give yourself a little extra time.
Leadership Tri-Cities is an educational program that examines issues around the region. The organization teams up with other local groups for its annual class project. This year, the class is partnering with the Domestic Violence Services of Benton and Franklin counties to open up a new thrift store to help support their mission. Cap KVU's Riley Fitzgerald says for members of the group, it's also about healing.
I'm a domestic violence survivor, and so part of my wanting to join Leadership Tri-Cities is that I would love to create a platform for myself to be a voice for domestic violence victims in the Tri-Cities.
Jenna Kokenauer says initially she didn't want her passion to impose on other Leadership Tri-Cities students. But now she says she's only seen support from her classmates for this project.
And seeing the class members embrace this project and put so much effort and love and attention to something that I am so passionate about has truly, truly warmed my heart in a way that I never thought was possible.
Now it's all setup work getting ready for the soon-to-come opening of the Domestic Violence Services thrift store. It's a process that's taken a few years to get underway, but it's full speed ahead.
And they decided last year in January we'll give it a shot, and we were able to get this location right next door to our services in October. And so once we did that, then we started trying to get ready for everything that we needed.
Kokenauer says the DVS already had the space, but needed a little spark to get it going. That's where Leadership Tri-Cities came in. The group organized a construction committee to work on some improvements, building projects, and painting, as well as an outreach team working with students at WSU Tri-Cities to help rebrand the store. It's going to continue to be a service for domestic violence survivors in need.
So we rotate people into apartments, and they don't have anything, so this really helps.
As well as a thrift store for anyone to shop in with funding that goes straight to domestic violence services.
What is something that 10 years from now we can go, hey, we did that?
It's going to be located right next door to their services in Kennewick to help local domestic violence survivors. In Kennewick, Riley Fitzgerald, Cap KVUE Local News.
The goal is to open by the end of March. On April 1st, Leadership Tri-Cities and the Domestic Violence Services of Benton and Franklin counties are teaming up for a fashion show where all the proceeds go back to support this thrift store project. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the jury one step closer to deciding Alec Murdaugh's fate. The disgraced former attorney accused of killing his wife and son.
Defense rests, Your Honor.
The defense team resting after calling Murdaugh's younger brother as their final witness. John Marvin emotional remembering his sister-in-law and nephew.
I have a hard time talking about Paul.
Alec's brother breaking down, describing finding his nephew's remains after police released the crime scene.
And I can promise you, no mother or father or aunt or uncle should ever have to see and do what I did that day.
This as the defense presented the theory there could have been two shooters, not one. And we'll be live from outside the courthouse coming up at 7 a.m. Plus, legal expert Dan Abrams weighs in live. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Ready to shine from the inside out? Say yes to Nature's Bounty, the #1 brand for hair, skin, and nails, with our signature blend of health and beauty nutrients to bring out more of your inner beauty. Get more with Nature's Bounty.
Think Mom's mad about her favorite shoes? Nope, because Bank of America lets her switch her Choice Cashback category to online shopping, so she earns more on a replacement pair.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
New Vibrant from Airwick. Our first fragrances infused with 2 times more natural essential oil. It's our most amazing, true to nature fragrance experience ever. New Vibrant from Airwick.
I've been telling everyone, the secret to great teeth is having healthy gums.
Crest Advanced Gum Restore detoxifies below the gum line and restores by helping heal gums in as little as 7 days. Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to Jason's local forecast in a moment, but first a look at this morning's top stories. Yakima County Fire District 5 says they're in dire need of funding if they're going to keep up the same level of emergency service. They cover 800 square miles from White Swan to Grandview, making it the largest fire district in the state geographically. The district says they've prided themselves on not increasing taxes, but now they'll likely be asking voters to approve a bond later this year to renovate fire stations, replace fire engines, and expand the emergency dispatch center. They're also looking at a possible levy increase in 2024 to help fund operations and hire more people. The February election focused on school bonds and levies in our area, and once again, the Mabton School District bond failed to pass. The failed bond was meant to improve safety, renovate, and expand Mabton Junior and Senior High School. The bond needs 60% or more to pass, but got 55% by only a difference of 27 votes. The Mabton School District Superintendent says the school board plans to come together later this spring to discuss the results and what to do next. The superintendent explains that since months have passed since the previous bond was designed, any plan going forward will require an update on costs and scope of projects. More than a half dozen states, including Washington, are considering new laws that would roll back some protection for gun makers if their weapons are used in deadly crimes. Federal law basically says that gun makers can't be held responsible for what happens with their weapons after they leave the store. But several states are considering laws that would make it easier for gun violence survivors and their family members to file civil lawsuits. What would that look like? Well, in one high-profile example, families of the Sandy Hook Elementary School victims sued Remington in 2015 for advertising that they said targeted young at-risk men. Remington settled last year. Several states, including New York, have already created laws giving people a pathway to sue gun manufacturers. And the Washington Post reports if more and more states start trying to carve out their own exemption to the federal law protecting gun makers, we could see the Supreme Court weigh in to try and set a national standard. 3 men have been arrested in Walla Walla and accused of robbing a man and holding him hostage. The men are all facing charges of kidnapping, robbery, and assault. According to authorities, a 27-year-old man reported he was at an apartment on Evergreen Street Friday when he was attacked by the 3 men. Authorities said the victim was beaten up and his valuables were taken from him. This happens just more than a week after another robbery case in Walla Walla, but police say they're not likely related.
They were 1 week apart and they were not related. They were both isolated incidents where there was some sort of relationship or the suspects knew the victims. They were not random acts, and we have no reason to believe that the community is in any danger.
At one point, authorities said the victim was told by one of the men to run from the apartment. The victim ran out the door and called police. Authorities say police officers got to the scene, and after a short standoff, the 3 men were eventually taken to the Walla Walla County Jail. A fire in Kennewick illustrates the danger of high wind and dry ignition sources despite our cold weather. A fire sparked on a fence and then spread to an unattached garage on North Kent Street. Kennewick Fire Department firefighters quickly put out the flames. Firefighters say a child accidentally started the fire in a backyard. High winds pushed the flames to dry grass and a wood pile near the fence, and then eventually ignited that unattached garage. This marks a prime opportunity for parents to talk with younger children about the danger of playing with fire.
And after a thin layer of snow overnight, folks, we are looking at much drier conditions as we're heading into our day. And we are starting to see those temperatures start to rise, though we have a little bit just to the north of Ellensburg. We could still see a few scattered showers throughout our areas as we head into our daytime hours. We'll see some sunshine though, but we do have a little bit of a system coming in from the south. We could see some rain snow mixed to rain Walla Walla, even the Tri-Cities area, and maybe some light snow for the Pendleton area, but that will soon move out as we get into tomorrow morning. And Wednesday is going to be much more settled, though we have another system coming in late Wednesday into Thursday. We're keeping an eye on that as we get closer. So as we move into our temperatures, we are warmer this morning. We are above the freezing level for most of our areas, right at it for Toppenish and still below it for Ellensburg and Yakima, but the winds are making the difference, and we're going to see those winds continue to move to the west, and we're seeing some double-digit winds. We're going to see 15 to 20 mile per hour winds as we head into our late morning hours to our early afternoon. So our highs today, we are in the mid to lower 40s almost across the board, though Ellensburg, you are stuck at 39 today, so almost to the 40s. As we move into the mid-Columbia, we're in the mid-40s as well. And again, we're starting to see warmer temperatures. Our hot spot is Hermiston at 48. And over in the lovely Blue Mountain region, we are in those mid-40s. Also, we have some 2-hour delays This morning, Cayuna Benton, Selah, West Valley, and East Valley due to that snow overnight. Give yourself some extra time. Could be slick out there as you head out the door. Jill.
Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Cap KVU Local News is back tonight at 5.